got home from work, pushed my girlfriend onto the bed, and started kissing her hard. She struggled, trying to push me away, but couldn't speak. As I kept kissing her, I noticed she was blushing. We've been together a while, why would she still blush like that? Wait, blushing? I quickly pulled back, totally embarrassed. Ethan, where's your sister? She just stepped out. I'm so sorry. You two look exactly alike. Ethan, I should go. She scrambled to put on her shoes and left. If I'd known that misunderstanding would make her fall in love with me, I swear I never would have done it. My girlfriend has an identical twin sister. They look exactly the same height, weight, face, everything. Even their voices are identical. My girlfriend, Sophie, said they were born just 1 minute apart. The only difference is their personality. Sophie is more introverted and quiet, while her sister, Chloe, is more outgoing and carefree. Sophie hadn't told me her sister was coming today, so I completely mistook her, leading to that steamy yet awkward situation. I was so frustrated I could only scratch my head. 10 minutes later, Sophie came back carrying a lot of groceries. Huh? Where's my sister? She left. Left? Why would she leave? I was momentarily speechless, unsure how to explain. She just suddenly had something urgent come up, so she left. How is that possible? Sophie looked at me suspiciously. I'm going to give her a call. My heart leaped into my throat. If Chloe told her the truth, or if Sophie sensed something from Chloe's awkwardness, I'd be done for. Watching Sophie take out her phone, find Chloe's name, and press the call button, every step frayed my nerves. My heart felt like it would burst out of my chest. Her phone's off. Sophie tried calling again, still off. A weight lifted off my chest. I swore to myself that from now on, before getting intimate, I would always ask who was who first. Maybe she really did have something urgent. Sophie stared into my eyes. You're acting weird. What's weird about me? You stutter when you lie. Don't you know that? I'm not stuttering. Then why are you blushing? Isn't it hot in here? Hot? Hot enough to be sweating buckets. I quickly changed the subject. Let me help you put the groceries in the fridge. Since Chloe left, there's no way the two of us can eat all this. Were you two doing something shady behind my back? I put the groceries away, avoiding her gaze. How could we? What could we possibly do? What are you thinking? Next time I see her, I'm going to ask her exactly what happened. Go ahead, ask, I replied, feeling very unsure. That night I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying the image of Chloe pinned beneath me, struggling, her muffled cries as my lips covered hers, unable to explain. I rolled over, cursing myself for being a creep. What was I thinking, dwelling on that now? I needed to figure out how to avoid awkwardness next time we met. And Sophie absolutely could not find out. She adored her sister. If she knew I kissed Chloe, regardless of it being a mistake, we'd definitely break up. Thankfully, Chloe didn't show up for the next few days. Judging by Sophie's demeanor, the sisters hadn't had any deep conversations. It seemed like the incident would just blow over if no one mentioned it. I finally felt relieved. I saw Chloe a few times after that, and she talked and chatted with me completely normally, as if that incident never happened. That was for the best. It was a misunderstanding, and the fault was mine. Her forgiving me was already more than I could ask for. Today, Sophie got off work early. As soon as I opened the door, I smelled alcohol on her. Where were you? Why did you drink so much? Work, party, annoying. She mumbled a few words and collapsed onto me, dazed. I carried her into the bedroom and went to the kitchen to make her some honey water. She took the cup, drank a large gulp, then suddenly wrapped her arms around my neck, passing the honey water from her mouth to mine. Don't mess around. Don't mess around. I thought she was just drunk and told her to rest. But she wouldn't let go. At the company dinner today, everyone was in couples, all touchy-feely during the meal, and I was all alone. Where was this dinner, that people were being touchy-feely? As she spoke, her hands didn't stop moving, sliding from my waist up my back. Her hands were hot, like fire moving across my skin. Sophie was definitely drunk, unsteady, half her body leaning on me. The smell of alcohol mixed with her perfume was intoxicating. Looking at her flushed face, combined with the provocation of her wandering hands, I wasn't going to suppress my desire any longer. I kissed her fiercely. We were tangled together for a long time, drenched in sweat. I went to the bathroom to shower again. Back in the room, looking at Sophie's sexy back, a thought struck me like a blast of cold air, shooting straight from my heels to the top of my head. Shit, I really don't learn my lesson. The person I was just with, was that definitely Sophie? Are you Chloe or Sophie? Smack. A loud slap echoed. Ethan Miller, what the hell are you thinking? No, Sophie, let me explain. You're disgusting. While you're with me, you're thinking about my sister. Are you even human? No, listen to me explain. I kept saying explain, but I couldn't figure out how to explain this. Could I tell her I mistook Chloe for her last time and kissed her forcefully? That would be asking for a faster death. But without mentioning that, how could I make her understand my fear? You two just look so much alike. I was just afraid of getting it wrong. What are you thinking? Would my sister do something like that with you? Are you that mature? I must have been blind to be with you. Sophie, I was wrong. You really misunderstood. Did something happen between you two? She stared into my eyes. No, really nothing. I don't believe you. It's just that you two are so similar. I thought I should ask to be sure. Otherwise, how could I handle things? If nothing happened between you two, why would you even have that worry? She slapped me hard again. I watched her, tears streaming down her face like rain, get dressed, and slam the door as she left. There was nothing I could do. This would only get messier the more I tried to explain. I could only wait for her to cool down and then apologize properly. I sat back down on the bed. The sheets still held her warmth, evidence of our lovemaking still visible. It should have been a beautiful, intimate moment. How did I manage to mess it up like this? I ran my hands through my hair in frustration. I had no energy to clean up. I opened a bottle of wine and started gulping it down. If we broke up over this, it would be so pointless. Sophie and I had known each other for half a year. It was love at first sight. She was just like her name, gentle, beautiful, kind, and understanding. Her sister was her soft spot. No one could wrong her sister, not even me. I don't know how long I drank. I felt dizzy. The door opened. Sophie was back, looking exhausted. I rushed over and took her hand. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. She looked at me coldly. Are you sick? Please don't be angry anymore. I was really wrong. No, seriously. Did you get drunk all by yourself? I just got off work. I'm dead tired. Don't bother me. In that instant, the alcohol turned into sweat, pouring out of my every pore. In a second, my clothes were soaked. That wasn't you just now? What do you mean, me or not me? Are you drunk? She gently pushed my head. That push completely sobered me up, but threw me into even greater confusion. My brain felt completely stuck, unable to move. I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm going to lie down for a bit. Before I could stop her, she had already seen the messy sheets and the condom wrapper by the bed. I knew I couldn't hide it anymore. I had to tell her the truth. From the initial misunderstanding where I mistook Chloe for Sophie and forcefully kissed her, to today when Chloe got drunk and I mistook her for Sophie again and slept with her. I didn't hide a single detail. After hearing everything, Sophie's eyes turned red, and large teardrops fell like broken pearls. Look, it wasn't entirely my fault. Chloe initiated it. I never thought she would actively. Smack. Another slap. Also, after we finished, she pretended to be you so she could get away. Isn't it obvious she set this all up? Smack. Another slap. I couldn't remember how many times I'd been slapped today. This slap finally broke me. Damn it, are you sisters both the same? You both love slapping people? I told you. She seduced me. She pretended to be you, that's why I slept with her. Not because I wanted to sleep with her from the start. Tell me, where the hell was I wrong? Sophie didn't say anything, just silently packed her things. Yes, I should have realized sooner. When Sophie gets angry, she's calm, not prone to loud arguments. Completely different from the act Chloe put on. And Sophie rarely initiated sex. No matter how you looked at it, I was responsible too. I hugged Sophie from behind. Listen to me, I was wrong. I apologize, but let go. You're dirty. She stopped packing but didn't turn around. Her voice was as cold as frozen meat in a freezer, lifeless. If I didn't let go, she wouldn't resist. I could probably hold her like this forever, but I knew the longer I held on, the more her heart would die. I couldn't hold her forever. When I eventually let go, there would be no chance of reconciliation. I watched her pack and leave. Felt like watching Chloe's departure all over again. Why? Why did this happen? Why? Why would Chloe seduce me? Why frame me, even sacrificing her own virginity? Was it just to steal me from her sister? I dialed Chloe's number. Still off. She didn't seem to like keeping her phone on. Thinking back, Chloe was a strange woman. She came and went as she pleased, her actions unpredictable. Could she really have fallen for me? Impossible. We'd only met a few times. The most intimate thing was that mistaken kiss. Was she masochistic? Fell for me after being forced? Just as I was puzzling over this, I received a text message. It was from Chloe. So, Ethan? How was it? Exciting? Sneaking around? Are you crazy? Sleeping with the sister, then the other sister. Isn't that every guy's dream? You need to explain this to your sister now. Fine. Central Park, 8 a.m. tomorrow. We'll talk. The next day, Chloe was wearing a crop top, sipping soy milk on a park bench in Central Park, her big eyes sparkling. Aren't you cold? She offered me the half-finished soy milk. Worried about me? I pushed her hand away. Cut the act. Not drinking? Then I'm leaving. I'll tell my sister you forced me. She stood up to leave. Come back. I'll drink. My teeth clenched in frustration. The straw had her lipstick on it and a faint, girly scent. I frowned, turned the straw around, and started drinking. Okay, spill it. What's this really about? What else could it be? Because I like you. Bullshit. How many times have we even met? How many times did you meet my sister before you fell for her? I was speechless. What does liking someone have to do with how many times you've met? I'm dating your sister. You're not married yet. But I am dating your sister. She stood up, puffing out her chest slightly. I've looked exactly like my sister since we were kids. Same face, same body. What do I lack compared to her? I stood up too, looking her straight in the eye. I admit your sister is beautiful, and I like her a lot, but my feelings for her are definitely not just because she's pretty. Oh, she smiled, leaning close, her lips near my ear. I'm better in bed than my sister. You know that. That remark made even a grown man like me blush furiously. You're seriously messed up. I threw the soy milk away, ready to leave. Forget it. Even if I break up with your sister, I would never be with you. If you leave, I'll tell my mom you slept with my sister and then me. You'll never marry my sister. Go ahead. I accept it. If we break up, we break up. Then I'll call the police and report you for rape. I stopped, glaring at Chloe. What do you really want? Take responsibility for me. I slept with your sister too. Who am I supposed to take responsibility for? Both of us. The three of us live together? It's not impossible. Stop messing around. Your sister would kill me. She thought for a moment. Then just be my boyfriend. Impossible. Then, can you pretend to be my boyfriend? I sighed. Look, there are plenty of good men in the world. Why are you so fixated on me? Suddenly, she went quiet, head bowed, tears falling like pearls. Where are the good men? Why can't I find even one? You will. Chloe grabbed my hand. Ethan, be my boyfriend. 7 days, just 7 days. After 7 days, I'll personally explain everything to my sister. I guarantee you two will make up. My sister loves me the most. You have to trust me. Really? Really? I swear. If I don't do it in 7 days, may I get hit by a car. I covered her mouth with my hand. Okay, no need to swear. I agree. She smiled, a sly, cunning smile. She licked the palm of my hand with her tongue, quickly pulled my hand back. To get her help in winning Sophie back, I would agree to almost anything, except for sex. She brought it up twice and I firmly refused both times. That was my boundary. The rest wasn't too bad: dinners, drinks, clubbing. Sophie preferred quiet places, so I rarely went to bars or clubs. Now, I was going almost daily, the constant noise giving me a headache. Hey beautiful, wanna dance? A stranger's hand wrapped around Chloe's waist. Chloe neither agreed nor refused, just writhed wildly on the dance floor. The man got bolder, his hand moving lower and lower. Chloe was still Sophie's sister, after all. I walked over and knocked the man's hand away. Buddy, keep your hands clean. Who the hell are you? I'm her brother. Chloe corrected. He's my boyfriend. Damn. You have a boyfriend and you're still grinding out here like that? The man angrily waved his hand and left. What the hell did you just say? Say it again. Chloe stopped me. See? I told you I can't meet good men. What kind of good men are you going to meet here? Where should I go then? I thought for a moment. Let's go to an amusement park. The next day, I took her to an amusement park. She rode the carousel, the pirate ship, the roller coaster. She laughed like a child. I realized she was quite changeable, a seductive creature in the club, an innocent child at the amusement park. Here. I took the ice cream she handed me. First time here? First time. It's so much fun. I licked the cone. It was a bit cold. I brought your sister here once. She was scared to ride anything, wouldn't let me eat ice cream, said I'd get a stomachache. She waved her hand dismissively. My sister, she's so rigid. Ignore her. Bring me next time. I smiled faintly. It's already day 4, you know. 3 days left. Why do you have to be such a buzzkill? Where do you want to go tomorrow? Tomorrow, I want to check out your office. My office? What for? I was surprised. None of your business. I couldn't argue with her, so I took her to my workplace. Some colleagues had met Sophie before and thought it was her, greeting her with smiles. Chloe didn't correct them, responding warmly to everyone. Colleagues commented that my girlfriend seemed to be in a good mood today, so talkative. I had a busy workday, so after telling her to behave and not cause trouble, I started working. Less than an hour later, she slapped a woman hard across the face. That woman was my direct supervisor. What are you doing? I ran over and stopped Chloe's hand before she could slap her again. She insulted me? Chloe pouted, acting like the victim. Who the hell insulted you? The supervisor, recovering from the shock, lunged at Chloe, trying to pull her hair. Chloe sidestepped and delivered another resounding slap. You just don't learn, do you? I wasn't even going to hit you again, but you had to ask for it. The CO walked over, frowning. What's going on here? Her, Ethan Miller's girlfriend. She hit me, the supervisor complained. Then tell him why I hit you. The supervisor fell silent. You said, no wonder Ethan's work efficiency has dropped lately. Turns out he's bewitched by some vixen, even brings her to work. You said that, right? Did you think I couldn't hear you just because you whispered? Don't cause trouble in the office. Ethan, handle your girlfriend, the CEO ordered. I nodded quickly. Just some lousy boss, acting all high and mighty, Chloe retorted, showing no respect for the CEO. The boss didn't argue with Chloe but glared at me, his meaning clear. Fix this. Chloe stepped in front of me, blocking the boss's view. Hey, what kind of boss are you? Your manager exploits lower-level employees, and you don't care. The boss was taken aback. That bitch, she pointed at the slapped supervisor. Calling Ethan after midnight to assign tasks? Couldn't it wait until the next day? And it wasn't even his work, just dumping her own tasks on him. You keep trash like this around. How did you know? Although I had been spending time with Chloe, I hadn't realized she paid such close attention. You were working on your laptop at the bar? Did you think I didn't see? I fell silent. Sophie would never have noticed these things. Besides, you already found a new job, right? Since you're leaving anyway, why put up with this crap? You couldn't slap a woman, so I helped you. How do you know everything? My face felt tight. Are you resigning? The CEO asked me. Yeah, this crappy company. Crappy boss? Crappy supervisor? What's there to stay for? Chloe interjected. Go to HR. Leave now. Outside the office, a light rain was falling. I held my box of office supplies while Chloe held an umbrella over me. You came to the office today just for this? Yeah, why else would I come? For fun. I nodded, feeling a wave of complex emotions. How do you know everything? I'm not blind. These past few days you haven't been eating well or enjoying yourself. It was obviously because of this stupid job stuff. I only saw you smile a little when you found a suitable new offer. She sounded like she was bragging, rattling on. Since you were leaving anyway, might as well go out with a bang. Plus, this way you leave faster, saves you the 1-month notice period. I wanted to reach out and playfully flick her nose, but lost my grip on the box, and papers scattered on the wet ground. Don't move, you'll drop more if you move. She bent down, picking up the documents one by one. Seeing her long hair getting wet in the rain, I felt an indescribable emotion. She was more observant than Sophie, more passionate, cared more about me, paid more attention to me. Maybe she wouldn't be a bad girlfriend. I quickly shook my head, banishing the unrealistic thought. 3 days later, on another rainy day like this, it was my turn to hold the umbrella for her. Our agreed-upon date had arrived. My 7-day stint as her boyfriend was officially over. She smiled. Don't worry, I won't break my promise. I'll explain everything clearly to my sister. I nodded. She hugged my waist tightly, rubbing her head hard against my chest, as if trying to memorize my scent. This time, I didn't push her away. I gently patted her back. Chloe didn't want me to take her home. She hailed a cab and left. For the next month, neither sister contacted me. Just as I was preparing to forget them both and start a new life, I received a text from Sophie. I'm pregnant. For a moment, I didn't know how to face this. Before I fell asleep, Chloe sent me the exact same 2 words. When I came to my senses, I replied to Chloe first. Impossible. That time, we used protection. Hey, you don't want to take responsibility? No, seriously, I wore a condom. How could you be pregnant? Is wearing a condom foolproof? Can't they break? Believe it or not, I've only ever been with you. Damn it. I slammed my phone against the wall. Fate, you really want me dead, don't you? How was I going to explain this to 2 people to their parents? The next day, I bought a new phone. Logging into my messages, I instantly had 99+ notifications. Sophie had only sent 1 message. Ignoring me? I didn't expect this from you. I'll have the baby. It has nothing to do with you. I tried to reply, but she had already blocked me. The rest were mostly from Chloe, starting with suspicion, escalating to cursing, then tearful pleas, and finally, utter heartbreak. Those days were a blur. The corner of the bar gained another regular drowning his sorrows. How many days had it been since I ate? 3? 4? Every day I drank until I threw up violently, then crawled back up and drank more. Eventually, I started vomiting blood. Through hazy eyes, someone pulled me up, slung my arm over their shoulder, and struggled to get me out of the bar. Who? Sophie or Chloe? In the taxi, a chorus of voices seemed to chant in my ear. How can one find a way in this world to be true to both love and duty? Taking responsibility for both was impossible. But if I was still a man, I had to take responsibility for at least one of them. Who should I choose? Sophie and I were the original couple. Logically, I should be responsible for her. But she hated me now. Chloe was, in a way, a victim. If I hadn't forcefully kissed her that day, none of this would have happened. But choosing her felt unfair to Sophie. I turned my head, looking at the all-too-familiar face, her anxious expression mixed with a hint of resentment. I smiled. Fine, whoever pulled me out of the bar tonight, I'll be responsible for her. At least she cared about me. That night, I didn't know if I was making love to Chloe or Sophie. I only remember that when we got home, she cried first. I held her, kissed her. The next thing I knew, we were in bed. That night, she seemed to pour out all her grievances, or perhaps stake her claim on me through this act, declaring I was hers. I let myself go too, perhaps wanting to settle on one person to care for life. The irony was, I had no idea if the body intertwined with mine all night belonged to Sophie or Chloe. I woke up thirsty. Downing a large glass of water, I stared blankly at the cup. I had fallen asleep right after sex last night. She must have placed this water by the bed for me. Someone this thoughtful was likely Chloe. I snuggled back under the covers, wrapping my arms around her waist from behind. She murmured contentedly in her sleep, not waking. I drifted back to sleep, When the sun pierced my eyes like a sword, she was lying there, back to me, naked, bathed in sunlight. Chloe? I tested. She turned around, smiling. You finally got it right. Chloe, marry me. I'll marry you, we'll raise the child together. Okay. We had a silent agreement not to mention Sophie. Arriving at Chloe's family home, I was a bundle of nerves, trembling all over. Thankfully, Sophie wasn't there. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where to hide my face. I guess Chloe had deliberately chosen a time when her sister was out to bring me over. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Hello, hello. Please sit down. Chloe's parents were neither overly warm nor cold towards me. Looking around, I felt something strange about the house, though I couldn't pinpoint what. So, she left. I asked Chloe, referring to Sophie. She nodded. Hearing this, the parents' expressions became even stranger, a mix of awkwardness, confusion, and a hint of anger. Yes, she left. Did they know about the mess I'd made with both sisters? I quickly changed the subject, complimenting Mrs. Smith on how young she looked. Chloe's parents had me stay for dinner. Afterwards, I excused myself quickly, practically fleeing the house, terrified Sophie might return and run into me. What are you afraid of? It wouldn't be good if we ran into her. We'll have to face it eventually, right? Is my sister not going to come to our wedding? Ugh, I sighed. What about the baby in Sophie's belly? She was determined to keep it, but how would she raise it alone? How much gossip would she endure? Should I ask her to terminate it? But what right did I have to suggest that? After getting together with Chloe, I never saw Sophie again. She was actively avoiding me. Seeing the big red exclamation mark next to her contact felt like a punch to the gut. This past month, I threw myself into work, trying to bury these unpleasant memories, until I saw Chloe in a nightclub. A man had his arm around her waist, kissing her neck. She closed her eyes in enjoyment, grinding her body sensuously, completely disregarding the baby in her belly. What are you doing? None of your business. I'm your boyfriend. Whose business is it if not mine? She laughed, a venomous sound. Oh right, you were my boyfriend. Let's break up now. There, you have no right to control me anymore. I stood frozen, then a surge of nameless anger exploded in my chest. I grabbed her arm and dragged her out of the club. What do you mean by this? I don't mean anything. I just wanted to steal you from my sister. That's all, she said nonchalantly. Why? Why would you do this? My roar startled passers-by. Don't think I don't know. You love my sister, you always have. With me, it was just physical. I admit, I really liked your sister at first, but after spending this time with you, by the time I looked up, she was already far away, not having listened to a word. I went back to that usual bar. As I sat down, I noticed a woman in the corner, completely drunk. I walked over. Sophie? She laughed, waved for me to sit down. You're drinking so much. It's bad for the baby. Hey, who are you? Who asked you? She waved her hand in front of my face. Are you okay? This was the second time today I'd heard that phrase. I felt sick. How did you end up here? You can get wasted here. Why can't I? I'm drinking because... Wait, how did she know I get wasted here? Sophie never used to drink, and I never told her I frequented this specific bar. How did she know? A blinding flash went off in my head. I nearly fainted. A truth I didn't want to accept was staring me right in the face. That night, it was you, wasn't it? When I was vomiting blood, you were the one who took me home, right? You took me home and then left, but you were worried I'd be alone. So you called Chloe to come over, right? I grabbed her shoulders, shaking her frantically. Her eyes reddened, tears streaming down. Does it matter? Does any of that matter now? Why? Why didn't you tell me? I broke down too, clutching my hair, sobbing. The one who cared for me, looked after me, it was always Sophie. Sophie took me home. Sophie put the glass of water by my bed. The only one who slept with me that night was Chloe. And Chloe just wanted to steal me from her sister and then dump me. I took Sophie home first. Her mother asked how she got so drunk, but I didn't answer. Eyes bloodshot, I searched every nightclub for Chloe. I looked all night, couldn't find her. The next morning, Chloe came to my place voluntarily. Her face was full of malice and provocation. I actually don't like you at all, really. All that behavior was an act. Ever since we were little, I've hated my sister. She had everything, I had nothing. So, everything she has, I have to take. Take it and throw it away. I don't want it, I just want to see her lose it. You're the same. I just wanted revenge on her. I wanted her to suffer. I hate her. She owes me all of this. Chloe became increasingly agitated, needing a long moment to calm down. But you didn't lose out. Sleeping with the sister, then the other sister. That kind of fortune, isn't that what all you men want? She patted my head like I was a dog. What happened between you two? Seeing how close you seemed, how could you hate your sister so much? Want to know? She lifted my chin with her index finger, a gesture both intimate and sexy. Maybe in the next life. If Chloe wouldn't tell me, I'd ask Sophie. I went to her house. Only her parents were home. Mrs. Smith, where's Sophie? She paused. Sophie went out early this morning. What about Chloe? Chloe's dead. She died a long time ago. Dead? Then who have I been interacting with all this time? Who did I sleep with? A gust of wind blew out from Chloe's bedroom, cold and eerie, making me shiver. Ethan, are you all right? I'm fine. Trembling, I pulled out my phone. Mrs. Smith, look, this is Chloe's contact. Look, I even have her number. I'll call her. Listen. I dialed the number. No one answered. Mrs. Smith looked at me incredulously, likely doubting my sanity. And her profile pictures. Look, this is Chloe's profile, see? Isn't this her bedroom? I rushed into the room, forgetting to take off my shoes, comparing the photos on my phone with the furniture in the room. Look, this photo, it was taken right here, wasn't it? From this angle, Mrs. Smith. Look, I'm not lying. I crouched in the corner, murmuring. How could she be dead? Impossible, she can't be dead. Child, don't scare me. Mrs. Smith helped me up, took my phone, frowning as she examined it. It is indeed our house. What's going on? I felt like I had fallen into hell, stuck in quicksand, unable to escape no matter how much I struggled. The room felt chillingly drafty. Cold sweat beaded on my forehead. Sophie. Right, Sophie must know. If I find Sophie, I can figure this out. I snatched the phone back from Mrs. Smith and bolted out the door. Child. Hey, child, wait. In the car, Mrs. Smith called me. I listened silently, not saying a word the entire time. I found Sophie by the river. She was wearing a trench coat, watching the shimmering reflections on the water. Sophie. She turned at the sound of my voice, saw me, then coldly turned away again. Shouldn't you be with Chloe? Why come looking for me? Sophie, there is no Chloe. Chloe is dead. Impossible. My sister isn't dead. My sister is fine. You're just a liar. I gripped her shoulders, forcing her to look into my eyes. There is no Chloe. Chloe is dead. She died. Impossible. Then tell me, how long has it been since you actually saw your sister? I've never seen you two together at the same time. There are no photos of you two together in your house. Have you ever wondered why? You can call her right now, call her every day. I guarantee no one will answer. She stared at me blankly. Why? Because you are Chloe. Your sister is an identity you imagined. Chloe died. She died when you were 6. Dead. She nearly collapsed. Caught her in my arms. On the hospital bed, Sophie was still unconscious. Her parents were on their way, and I was still replaying everything Mrs. Smith had told me. Sophie did have a twin sister named Chloe. When they were 6, they were in a serious car accident. Horrifyingly, both sisters had a rare blood type. The hospital didn't have enough blood plasma. They could only save one immediately. The other would have to wait for a transfer from another hospital's blood bank. The doctors kept pressing the parents to decide, otherwise both girls would be in danger. After agonizing deliberation, the couple decided to save the more severely injured sister first, Sophie. By the time the blood plasma arrived, Chloe was already gone. The parents were devastated but had another child to raise, so they forced themselves to move on from their grief. Sophie grew up, a bit introverted, but showed no obvious psychological issues until I came along. That's when her parents started noticing something wasn't right. In the car, I had called a doctor friend. After hearing my description, he said it was highly likely dissociative identity disorder. Due to her guilt over her sister, Sophie had developed an alternate personality, her sister, Chloe. The host personality, Sophie, constantly believed her alter ego was her real sister, subconsciously reinforcing the idea that her sister hadn't died. Meanwhile, the sister alter, Chloe, influenced by the host's subconscious guilt, felt wronged by her sister, believing Sophie owed her, had stolen things from her, including me. Fundamentally, the alter believed the host had stolen her life. This explained why both sisters claimed to be pregnant simultaneously, why they would suddenly leave and reappear. They needed to switch personalities. My friend advised me to get Sophie to a psychiatrist as soon as possible. Medication could help speed up recovery. Knowing all this, I cried loudly. The emotions I'd suppressed for so long finally burst out. The stress had nearly driven me insane. Thank God. Thank God. They were one person. There was only one baby, mine. The person I'd slept with was always the same person. My conscience no longer had to endure moral judgment and psychological torment. I looked at the sunflower on the windowsill. It nodded its head, seeming to say that no matter what happened, it would greet the next day's sun with a smile. Mr. Miller, Mr. Miller. Ah, yes. The psychiatrist emerged from the therapy room with Sophie. Today's session is over. Ms. Smith's condition has improved significantly. Her alternate personality should disappear completely soon. Thank you so much, doctor. I bowed to the psychiatrist. What were you looking at just now? Sophie linked her arm through mine. Looking at the flower. What's so interesting about a sunflower? You look at it every time we come here. You've been doing it for a month. Its tilted head is cute, just like you. This past month, I was very happy. One reason was the doctor telling me Sophie's personality disorder was completely resolved. She wouldn't need any more therapy. The other reason, Sophie and I were getting married. We were busy planning the wedding. Mr. Ethan Miller, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? To love and protect her, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health? I do. My voice was loud. Looking at Sophie's smiling face, I smiled happily too. Wait, the bride interrupted. Let me correct something. My name is Chloe Smith. The officiant looked utterly bewildered, repeatedly checking the script cards in his hand. An icy chill shot straight to my core. I felt frozen, trembling violently like a leaf. I watched helplessly as the expression on the woman opposite me shifted from blissful happiness to venomous hatred. She leaned close to my ear, whispering softly, "That was hard work, pretending. Thanks to you and the psychiatrist, my sister is finally dead." Thank you.